take a look at how the game works, and as we go, I'll explain a little bit more about the gear system and how it plays into the rest of the game.
Okay.
So first fight here, these two behemoths. I don't know how much they can hear the game sound, but they can jack that up because that's a big part of this game.
Yeah, if we can get the game sound going louder, that would be fantastic, guys.
So, like I said, this is a battle of the gods. All of the characters have custom moves, unique movesets and abilities based on DC lore.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to do is actually walk through one of our new characters. That's Gorilla Grodd.
I was reading about him this morning.
He is a hyper-intelligent ape.
Yeah.
So you're going to see his moveset is going to combine these primal, brutal, up-close moves with what he has actually a telekinetic power.
Right.
So, what I always like to say, he's not only going to be up in your face, but Gorilla Grodd is going to knock you to the ground, and Gorilla Grodd is going to eat your face. I absolutely love this. He's a vicious, brutal, giant gorilla, but he can also take a step back and use his telekinesis. He's got this special intellect and telekinetic power. He can take control of his opponent, make them beat themselves up. He can levitate, do ground pounds, explode the air around him. He actually can combine his brains and his brawn. You can see he's doing super punishing moves.
Yeah.
Batman, of course, is Batman. He's not going to stand back idly. As you can see, we brought back environment interaction. Huge part of the game, huge part of the fighting. Characters can use the environment around them in numerous ways. They can use it as a weapon. They got this great bounce mechanic, can set up combos. There's stuff scattered through every environment that they can make use of. Batman's going to jump up and throw this drone down. Also making a return are multi-stage environments, and they come with these awesome transitions, which I'll just let you watch. Very clever. So we're on the upper level of Gotham City now. This is our Gotham environment. You see a whole new slew of interactables that they can use. You see that the different characters use them in different ways. Batman jumps off them, he's more acrobatic. Grodd, much more of a power character.
I can read your thoughts.
Then you know what's coming.
What you're witnessing here is the return of the Clash.
Yeah.
This is our combo breaker mechanic, where characters are actually waging their super meter on success. Now I think Batman here is going to take us right back downstairs. Another awesome transition. So, a very well-timed parry. Batman actually takes the first fight.
Batman wins.
Now this is where the gear comes in. So we're looking at this awesome victory screen. This is what we mean when we say every battle defines you. You're going to see at the end of every match, both characters are actually receiving new gear. So you see new gauntlets for both characters. You'll see the Batarang Barrage. That's a new move, actually, that's dropped as part of the gear system that Batman can now use.
Yeah.
So, they can go ahead and gear up directly from that screen, get right into the next fight, which they've done. They both have new gauntlets. Not a major change, but I want to stress, this is like day one. This is right out of the box, your first fight. You got your first new piece of gear. So this is a constant system. Like I said, every single time you play, you're going to get another drop. And so over time, your characters are going to look dramatically different, something more like this. So very dramatic difference. These are totally leveled up, geared out versions of these characters. They can do more damage, they can absorb more damage, they have new moves in their arsenal. So it's really about making these characters look the way you want them to look, but also play the way that you want them to play. You're fine-tuning your style of play by choosing which gear to equip the characters with. So you can see there's a great level of strategy here where not only are you're powering up your character, but you're also defending against what your opponent might do as well. And of course, we're NetherRealm Studios, so we're going to go over the top sometimes, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, let's take a look.
Oh, mate.
That's where we get the oohs and the ahs. All the characters are going to have brand new super moves. It's the most punishing offensive move in the game. See, Grodd's got his as well, not to be outdone. So very cool. He actually ended the match on a super. So Grodd takes the next fight. I love these victory screens. I think they're like dripping with DC goodness. They're so cool. And again, you're gonna see both characters. It's constant. They're gonna be getting new gear. And like before, you can see in the UI there, you can actually equip that right then and there, go right into the next match. We're gonna actually take a step back. We're gonna go into our custom gear screen.
And give you an idea of this new system that we're introducing in Injustice 2. You know, with Injustice, you know, we always say, oh, you know, it's big battle of the gods, huge destruction, transitions, multiple arenas. It's awesome. And with the sequel, of course, we're going to add new characters, you know, and expand on that whole thing. But the gear system, what we're calling the gear system, is really like the foundation of what is brand new, what we're bringing to the table, differentiated from Injustice, as well as differentiating it from other fighting games.
Wow, very cool. So, like with each match that you fight, you'll be grabbing gear, or how does that work?
Yeah, so like after a fight is done, you're going to acquire some gear, and the gear actually powers up your character. So every character in the game has thousands and thousands of, you know, boots, utility belts, cowls, capes, insignias, and when you finish playing the game, it's kind of like XP. You know, you're getting a drops of gear. Sure. And then you get to actually apply them to your character, and they power your character up in different ways. You know, defense. You know, your strength, your abilities that you use in the you know, with your special moves and your health meter, and you are in a constant process of leveling up.
So
yeah.
Now, does this carry on to like online also? Like, will I be able to face like, you know, like, you know, Superman versus my Superman, where it's decked out differently?
Yeah, and you know what you said is really key. It's like your Superman, your Batman, your Aquaman against somebody else's, and it's all personalized, and it is you literally customizing, molding your version of these characters that go up against somebody else's.
I love that idea because you see so often, you know, there's certain characters who will be more popular than others, and you know, you see a lot of mirror matches. But now, like you said, like you can have your, you know, maybe I'll focus on like more offense type gear, you know, versus maybe Swifter's defense type, you know, gear.
Exactly.
Sounds very
you notice here there's this big transition. You can throw your opponent into a new arena where there's a whole new palette of you know, objects that you can actually use in the fight. That was, you know, something that really resonated with the last Injustice, and we really wanted to bring it over. You know, and you look at these characters again, you know, with Atrocitus. You know, he's all about, you know, anger and hate and blood. So he has all these kind of blood moves. He can bring out, you know, the
and flying cats.
Yeah. His name is Dexstar, and he's actually also a Red Lantern in the DC lore.
Wow.
And so Atrocitus can bring him out, use him, and he actually aids in the battle of fight. You know, yeah, it's exciting. And you know, Gorilla Grodd is all about, you know, big kind of primal moves mixed in with telekinetic moves. He's blasting them down back into the street arena where...
I was just going to say, and here we see the environmental interaction again.
Yeah, busting through walls, bouncing off. You feel the power of like these attacks.
Oh yeah, and you know, we always describe it as like the battle of the gods. You know, so you know, Grodd here is his.
That's what I love seeing too. Just like these two brawlers beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, the variety of characters in this game is actually going to be even wider than the last one. So here is where we were talking about in terms of the gear. You know, like when you finish a round, your characters are leveling up. You know, you see the stats of their strength and all that. But then this gear that you're rewarded with, you know, the Curse of Rage, his new arms for Atrocitus, and Grodd has these. You can also be awarded gear for other characters.
Yeah, I just noticed.
You want to level up your other characters. It kind of gives you an incentive to really build up the entire cast.
That is very cool.
That is all. I'm actually really, really excited about like the loot drop system and like looking at like, oh, if I face off against man, he's got like, oh, that awesome gauntlet. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, counter that or whatever.
Exactly. Or when you go online and you see somebody wearing some crazy crown, you're like, you know, where did you get that? You know, and so there's a lot of you know, kind of like this big collection mechanic going on.
Oh man, when is this coming out? I'm sorry, I'm like jumping to that, but I just want to play.
No, of course.
You know, unfortunately, we got to wait until 2017.
Oh,
for
bad boy!
Oh. Yeah, but it's going to be worth the wait. You know, like we were saying, you know, there's, you know, bigger roster of characters. This whole gear stuff is going to be so exciting, and just another great opportunity is, with the first Injustice, there's always characters who didn't get in the roster.
Of course.
And a bunch of angry people that
Right.
characters didn't get into the game. So a lot of it is satisfying those people, who wanted to see Atrocitus, wanted to see Superman.
Yeah, comic book fans in particular can be pretty
Oh my
vocal
God.
when they are
Yeah.
not listening.
And it's a great thing. I'd rather have people passionate about it, even if passion.
That's a nice, polite way to put it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
People care, and these games, of course, they're fans of just Injustice itself. Like we were talking about earlier, the comic book Injustice has really taken off, and fans just love the setting, like the story that the first game brought.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was such a great kind of summary of the events leading up to the first game. That's what was so cool about it. And
Oh.
yeah, he's really has anger issues.
Like you said, I love that idea that you guys come from the perspective that it's like the gods, like just these beings with like ultimate powers, just throwing down.
Exactly. It's kind of like thinking of you have these super powered beings all kind of assembled, and a story that kind of gives them a reason to want to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah. So, are there any changes to like the combo system or like the mechanics? I'm sure you guys are still kind of tweaking that, of course.
Yeah, we're always refining it. Every game we really want to add nuances that not only can be appreciated by kind of casual guys, but the hardcore fighting game guys. We're really big fans of esports and everything.
Gorilla Grodd. Wonder Woman. Peerless.
Your mind tricks won't harm me.
Then I'll rely on brute strength.
Did I mention I'm an Amazon? For the gods! For the gods! For the gods!
I will crush you.
Wonder Woman wins.
Your mind tricks won't harm me.
Then I'll rely on brute strength.
Did I mention I'm an Amazon? Submit to me.